Next, why a council has had to increase the care package it offers to scores of people. It all centres around the case of Roy Baker, a Milton Keynes man who has Huntington's disease. He needs help at mealtimes to make sure he doesn't choke. But when that help was withdrawn by the council, the Ombudsman stepped in. It led to a review of more than 120 of the council's cases. Well, Roy has been sharing his story with Sam Reid, but because his condition affects his speech, he asked us to subtitle what he had to say.
Yeah.
Roy has Huntington's disease. It's a condition that stops part of the brain working. Rosie, his carer, helps with things like eating. Sometimes he's fed through this peg, and he says he needs his carer.
They're great. Very, very important.
In 2017, Milton Keynes Council reduced Roy's care from 35 to 23 hours a week, saying it would no longer cover help at meal times or with shopping.
They didn't always turn up.
And how did that make you feel, bud?
Really hungry.
If you have inadequate care, you're not going to not get better as such. Roy will never get better, but he'll have a better quality of life with the right kind of care.
Now the watchdog, the local government ombudsman, has said the cut in Roy's care was wrong. It found the authority didn't properly assess Roy, and it had a negative impact on his life. It could have caused him weight loss. It also found there was a negative impact on his ex-wife, who made the complaint.
The carer went on holiday and the care agency came in, and I actually said to the council the week that the carer was off that they wouldn't treat an animal the way he's been taken care of by Milton Keynes Council. He'd had no food, there'd been one meal eaten all week.
This ruling now has a big impact beyond Roy's family. The Ombudsman told the council to hold a review to see if it was getting things wrong in other cases too. And after looking at more than 700, it changed the care packages of more than 120. And the authority says that in the vast majority of those cases, the level of care that people received increased.
Quite often what people are being asked to do is to survive rather than to live. And I think that's the big problem.
The council's been told to apologise and pay Roy £3,000 and his ex-partner Sarah £1,000. But in a sign of just how complex this all is, Roy now has a 24-hour care. But it's not paid by the council at all. Instead, the NHS. He says all this makes him much more optimistic.
Seriously, so much better.
Sam Reid, BBC Look East.